Alon Stevens interviewing Felipe Alfau, Queens, New York, 1992. Stevens. Farr and Reinhardt published Logos in 1936.
It was only sold to subscribers as part of one of those failed projects attempting to sell books. Almost nobody read them.
Are you surprised by the recent discovery of your work? Are you amazed by the attention you are receiving?
All of this has come too late. Truly, I don't care anymore.
Do you have any friends in this retirement home?
No, everybody here is a little crazy. Like me, they have lived too long. They say things that don't make sense and they act very suspiciously.
What do you do all day?
I wait. I read the paper or watch TV. I just wait.
Does your family ever come to visit you?
No, they all live far away. My daughter lives in California.
So you are on your own all day?
Yes. Once in a while I talk to someone about politics, but the result is always predictable. People are stupid.
Why did you become a writer?
I am not a professional writer. Only by necessity have I ever received payment for my work. Dalkey Archive Press offered money for my 2 novels, but I refused to accept it. For my poems, I received $500 because I needed to pay the monthly payment here in the retirement home. The truth is, I was never interested in writing, nor did I ever dream of making a living at my craft. I hate full-time authors. I hate intellectuals that make a living from abstractions and evasions. The art of writing has turned into an excess. Today, literature is a waste. It should be abolished, at least in the form we know, as a money-making endeavor.
How do you think writers should support themselves?
I am not sure, but certainly not by selling their books as jewelry.
Even in the early 30s, your style, your views of literature were not very commercial. Sorry to put it this way, but how could you ever dream of getting some money, even a little, from the sale of a manuscript?
I got $250 for Logos. But you are right. In fact, I don't see how anybody could like my books or could even understand them. They are unreadable.
Did you ever attempt to translate your own work?
Never. Why would I?
Were you ever a good reader?
No. I only read about mathematics, physics, and music. I told you I am a failed musician. Today, I do read the New York Times every day from the first to the last page. And the daily news as well. I particularly enjoy the obituary section. In fact, that is the one I read first. I like to find out at what age people died and the cause. If they are younger, and they are more often than not, I try to remember what I was doing at the age when death took these people's breath away.
You have lived more than 70 years of your life in the United States. Do you still feel Iberian, a citizen from Spain? Or are you now an American like everybody else around here?
Neither one nor the other. I guess I am a frontierman that belongs to a world that is no more. I am a traditionalist, stubbornly loyal to what some would think are outmoded principles.
Like monarchy?
Certainly. I think democracy is a disgrace. Machiavelli was absolutely right. The difference between tyranny and democracy is that in tyranny you need to serve only one master, whereas in a pluralistic society you have to obey many. I always thought Generalissimo Francisco Franco was a trustworthy ruler of Spain, and thus supported him. Since his death, the Iberian Peninsula is in complete chaos. In fact, at the time of the Spanish Civil War, I championed Franco's cause in this country as much as I could.
Tell me, are you acquainted with George Louis Borges, Pirandello, or Nabokov? Some, including me, have compared you to them.
I've heard the names, but I don't know what those men did.
Never read a story or a play by them?
I didn't know they wrote stories and plays.
In sentimental songs, there is one poem entitled Afro-Ideal Evocation, which some critics find racist, anti-black.
As a child, when I first came to this country, I thought blacks were dirty people that didn't wash themselves enough. I have learned to live in this society, but I do believe the United States has degenerated in the last 3 decades because of the influx of citizens from the Caribbean and Hispanic America.
Do you think whites are superior?
I trust Western civilization to be built upon the wisdom of the Greek and Roman empires. Purity is fundamental if continuity is to be achieved. Take New York City as an example. In the 50s, this was a safe place to live, but now so many immigrants have invaded its streets and neighborhoods, making it a violent jungle.
But you were also an immigrant.
Yes, others must have felt suspicious of me, even if I am a European.
You were born in Barcelona in 1902.
90 years ago. Too long ago. I am more than ready to leave this boring, repetitive universe. I swear I can't wait to depart.
But you wouldn't commit suicide, would you?
No. My Catholic education prohibits taking the laws of nature into your own hands.
Do you believe in God? Because if you don't, and I suspect you are a skeptic, why then rely on Catholic values? Why not commit suicide?
Would you? You're Jewish. You share with me similar values. Will you commit suicide if you reach my age and turn out to be as bored as I am?
I think I would.
As for me, I am a skeptic, as you said. I cannot but have doubts regarding the afterlife. What if there is a God? What if all our uncertainties are a children's game? What if we are punished for our sins?
Well, if we are, I won't be aware of it since I'll be already dead.
I wish I was sure it was all a joke.
Are you capable of hatred?
What do you mean?
Could you hate somebody enough to drive that person to death?
Of course not.
Why do you think your novels took so long to get attention and incite interest?
I don't know. That's a question for critics to answer.
Don't you have some sort of explanation?
No.
Do you see yourself as a time traveler? A man with a vision?
I see myself as an old man ready for death, ready for rest. I already told you that, didn't I? I repeat myself. I've been repeating myself for a long time.
But you did it anonymously, until somebody decided to listen.
It was better when nobody cared. Some people think I am a celebrity, but I don't even understand what that means. Better to be all alone. Alone and silent.